when you invite people and you give them space and time to think about it and to ask questions and to be critical and to also give feedback and maybe even challenge, that's when people start getting their head around the global standard. And with getting the head around, they start, adopting. And nothing is more detrimental than, of course, complying to a global standard, but also to try to rush it. I think that's when people feel it, that you're rushing them to make a decision, and so you just increase the resistance against it. And part of that is, of course, also documenting then every decisions very transparently, because you do want to be clear that all the trade-offs that an entity made are also, transparently documented. So I would say it's a really good practices to not try to bend to the standard, but actually to help people grow into the global standard.
Yeah, 100%. I think as you mentioned it, as you were speaking, I was thinking about the challenges people face, and quite a lot of the time it is from rushing, and it's like,
Yes,
right, we need to get to this global standard,
I know.
and this is changing, and when people don't feel heard or they don't share their opinions or what they've seen,
Yes.
it's going to create friction. It's going to create problems because people don't understand why that change is happening, why there's going to be a benefit. So as you mentioned, it's communication, it's transparency, it's
Yes.
doing it in the right way. And I know Oxygy focuses heavily on involvement, leadership, behavioral change. I mean, in sort of practical steps, I mean, how would you help local leaders and teams from being impacted by ERP to genuinely owning it?
Yeah. And I think super good follow-on question to the previous one, which is basically, firstly, start long before go live. So that's the element of, like, don't rush it at the very end, but really plan for this process where people have to get their head around it and make a decision to then do want to work with a global standard, but also do understand what it means for them to in terms of changes that they have to do to ways of working, roles, responsibilities, their organization. And we typically very early on really work in these what we call like the blueprint discovery sessions. So that's really where we work with in-tech teams, whether it's a supply planning team or customer care team. And it's a very intimate setting where the regional or the global team really comes, presents a global standard to them, and where they then really walk through this global standard in terms of, okay, what's really different than the way that they work today? Roles, workflows, as I said, handoffs, but really make it real, make it experience for them,